He is Will Middlebrooks. I am Danny Vietti. This is the Wake and Rake Podcast, episode 87. We got so much to talk about. My dog's having a sneeze attack over here. That's sneeze number 4 in the last, 30 seconds. So if my camera's shaking, that's why. But don't worry, we'll get through it.
Is he leaned up against a desk, or what's he doing?
He's always got to be touching me. He's a lab. He's a yellow lab. He needs attention 24.
He's a lover.
He's a lover.
He's a lover. I get it.
He's a good boy. Yeah.
What's up? What's going on?
Did you happen to see the scenes in Oakland last night?
I did.
The reverse
Good
boycott.
for Oakland fans. Good for Oakland fans.
Yeah.
It's never been the fans' fault, man. We all know this. But all right, if you're a fan of a team, are you going to go watch them after they don't invest in players? They develop good players and let them go and trade them and just clean house year after year. Are you going to go support that team? I'm not. I don't blame them. It's not the fans. It sucks for the fans. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's you know what really sucked too was the announcement about 5 hours before first pitch of Vegas.
It almost seemed like
intentional.
It was planned. It was like, oh, F you?
Yeah.
F me? F you.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. That's like, it was like, oh, you guys are going to do that? We're going to slap you right across the face.
The mood changed immediately because at first there was like the writing's kind of on the wall, but there's this like sliver of hope that maybe they could save the team. All of a sudden that announcement came out for first pitch.
It's beyond like them like influencing this decision as a fan base, honestly, because beyond the success of the team, beyond Fisher wanting to not spend money, that stadium is awful, right? Yeah. And they have not even gotten close to getting a new stadium in that general area. The closest they've been to a new stadium is a new stadium in Vegas. So that is just, like you said, the writing's on the wall, right? It's just like, it's not going to happen. Like, they're not staying, unfortunately, because those are great fans, but they're gone.
What I want to clarify, though, is I think a lot of people, and I think there are some Oakland fans that are still holding on to hope, but I think there are a lot of people looking at Oakland and what's going on with the boycott, and people are thinking, oh, they're trying to keep the team. They're trying to keep them in Oakland. I don't think that's 100% true. I think what Oakland fans are trying to prove after spending hours with them last night at the Coliseum, I think what they're trying to prove it's just that it's not their fault. That's their
I don't
goal.
think anyone thinks it's their fault.
There's a select few, the casuals, that don't really understand. You know what I mean?
So they think this team's leaving because fans aren't going to watch the team?
They look at the numbers. Attendance is under 9,000.
They're on a 7-game heater, and they're still the worst team in baseball.
I know. No, that's not true.
That's your problem. And it's not even...
The Kansas City Royals are the worst team in baseball.
Sorry. Okay. They're the worst team in baseball. All right. But like that's not even on the players. That's them not fielding a major league team. That's them putting guys that should be in AA or AAA or career minor leaguers in the big leagues. So that it's not on the players. The players are out there playing their ass off. And it's got to be hard to go to the stadium and put that uniform on every day, dealing with what they're dealing with right now, knowing what's going on around them. Sucks.
Yeah. I don't think A's fans will admit it. I think they've accepted deep down, even if they'll never say it, I think deep down they've accepted it's probably over, but they're at war with John Fisher and they want to win that war. Even if the team moves, they can still win the war up here, up in the head. Look, I'm just explaining what I saw yesterday. Okay.
I get that. But at the end of the day, John Fisher still is going to go get on his jet or his yacht and just laugh and say, So I don't really think there's a win. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's a battle you're winning. He clearly doesn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm. He does not. No,
he does not. So you think this is going to be like, you know what? Oh, man, this hurts. No.
Not to him.
Unfortunately. I mean, it's great. It's great because the team gets to experience, 25, 30,000 fans. That there's a lot of these kids on this team who were playing in double A last year or high A last year have never experienced more than 10,000 fans at a home game. And they got to do that. That atmosphere is pretty sick. Even though they're chanting "sell the team," it's still a cool atmosphere to go play in, and they're playing good baseball right now, so that makes it even more fun. I mean, they're beating the Rays, the best team in baseball. That's like, isn't that just the beauty of baseball too? Is like, they're 18-50. They basically have a flip-flop record of the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays are like 48-22. I think Oakland's 18-50. It's literally almost a flip-flop, and they're beating them.
Yeah,
because baseball.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't normally like plugging my stuff here, but we have a lot of content from the CBS Sports social channels. So if you want more from what happened out in Oakland Tuesday night at the reverse boycott, just check out the CBS Sports social handles. BetOnline is your number one source for all of your championship finals info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines and the latest matchup reports for this year's NBA and Stanley Cup finals. BetOnline is your sports intel headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your insider sports wagering needs, from basketball and hockey to MLB, UFC, and boxing. The fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games, available to play right from your home. Get into the action today. Head to the website or use your mobile device to join, and be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% bonus on your first deposit. What are we chatting about today, Mr. Middlebrooks?
Something that's on my mind right now are some young squads that are having a lot of success right now. You got the Orioles playing really good baseball. They'd be winning most divisions if it wasn't for the Tampa Bay Rays. Arizona Diamondbacks, right? What they're doing, they're in the West over the god that is the LA Dodgers. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are winning the division. It's the NL Central. It's still a fun. It went from like really boring, awful division to now average division with some really fun young talent. And we'll get into some of that young talent from other teams as well. But I just want to point out the St. Louis Cardinals have the worst record in the NL.
Is it time to blow it up?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's time to blow it up.
I think so.
Okay.
They're 15 under 500. So I just finished watching their game. They're playing the Giants. They were one strike away from winning winning the game 5-3. Gallegos was in the game, 2 strikes on Yastrzemski, boom, bomb, 2-run bomb, ties the game, goes to extras. They end up losing 8-5. That's just the season they're having. They're like, oh, we're gonna have a good game. Jordan Montgomery pitches his ass off, strikes out 7. They look good. Blow it. 27-42. So I just rattled off a bunch of teams that are winning and we didn't expect to be winning. And St. Louis is a team that is losing, and we all picked them to win the division, run away with the division.
Oh yeah, I had them crazy. I had them as a World Series contender.
I didn't have them that far, but I had them winning the division. I definitely had them winning the division. But let's get back to the positive side. I want to start back with the Orioles, right? I mean, the Texas Rangers get a lot of love for how good they are. The Orioles basically have the same record. Right. We don't look at it that way because they're in second place. They're behind the Rays. But this team's, I mean, they're for real, man. I've got to see them in person a couple times. They have finally come out on the other side of a complete teardown rebuild. Over the last 6-7 years, when they have just been awful up until last year, which we were like, oh, there's some talent there. Oh, they got to develop. They didn't do much in the offseason, and we're thinking, man, like, are they just not trying, or they just want to develop their guys? Well, it's working. Whatever they're doing is working. I mean, young offense, Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, who is this era's, I think, has the ability to and the capability to be this era's Buster Posey. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy. Austin Hayes, Anthony Santander, Mountcastle's not having a great year, but I think he's going to be. These are all guys that are going to be mainstays in that lineup for a long time. Their rotation is pretty middle of the road. I think if we see them make a move or two at the deadline, I think they have some farm players that they can maybe make some moves and maybe bring in an arm or two. At least one top end middle of the rotation guy I think would help them big time.
Dylan Cease, Lance Lynn.
I was thinking more like Giolito.
Okay.
But I think Giolito could. But Giolito it's going to take a lot to get him because there's teams like the Rangers because of DeGrom going down. There's teams like the Astros, teams that are in, good teams that have a lot of injuries to their pitching staff that need to go get a big arm because they have big voids to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Astros for sure. McCullers just came out. He had flexor tendon surgery today, so he's out for the year for sure. He had flexor tendon repair and a bone spur taken out. He's out for the year. They had who else had Tommy John? Was it Luis Garcia?
Did you mention Robbie Ray?
No.
Robbie Ray also had TJ.
But he's not in Houston.
Oh, you were going to Houston. I thought you meant across the league. Because across the league,
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys going down right now. And everyone's blaming it on the pitch clock. A lot of people are.
I know. I'm just saying
that's just not it. Like Tommy John isn't like a right now thing. It's like it's been building and building and building and building for like a couple of years and then it tears. It's rarely is it like a one pitch snap dead. Like most of the time it's like, man, I was sore. My forearm was tight. My flexor was tight. My shoulder was sore. So I, was using extra force with my elbow. It's like a lot of different things go into it. It's rarely like one pitch or like, oh, I was too tired because of the pitch clock. I don't think that's it.
Look at the success rates too. I think players look at other players who have had the surgery and they're like, damn, that guy's throwing harder than he was before he had Tommy John surgery. Well, maybe my arm's going to feel a little bit better if I had this.
Yeah,
surgery.
Tommy John's not a death sentence anymore.
Yeah.
It's a 15 to 18 month recovery.
It's not a guarantee.
That sucks. It's not yeah, for sure. But 90% of these guys are coming back better.
Yeah.
Velocity wise, at least. It takes time with some. We saw Shohei take an extra year, really, to get his command back. He still has command issues, but that's the thing. I think this shows the pitcher he is. We totally just got away from the Baltimore Orioles, but I like Baltimore. That's all I'm kidding at. I think they run away with a wild card spot.
How good has Aaron Hicks been for Baltimore?
Dude, just get him out of the pin. Just get him out of the pinstripes.
There's certain guys that do not thrive in the pinstripes. They don't. Well, and I'm not saying that the spotlight's too big either.
Do you know
I just
how
think it's
hard
not the right
it is
fit.
to go to a stadium every day and people just shit on you and boo you? And I get it. He didn't play well. He's making a good amount of money. And he was out there running him out there every day and expecting production, and it wasn't happening. It's New York. That's part of the market. It's the nature of the beast. I get it. He gets it. That doesn't mean he likes it. That doesn't mean he's not trying to play. He's not going out there trying to have shit games. He's not going out there trying to chase heaters at his nose and sliders in the dirt. Like, no, man. But he's pressing because of that. All of a sudden he gets out of that. He's in a different atmosphere, environment in that clubhouse there. It's a breath of fresh air for him and like a reset. And sometimes players need to hit the reset button, put on a new uniform, and go play in like a judgment-free zone where he gets just a clean slate and gets to start over.
That was a great pun.
What?
Judge. Aaron Judge.
I didn't think about that.
See what you did there.
I wish I did that on purpose.
You know what's weird about Baltimore? Not Baltimore. Let me rephrase. Felix Bautista and Yennier Cano, we both agreed were the top 1-2 men, right?
Yeah.
In baseball right now.
I was going to say that, but then you got me off the rails, and it doesn't take much. But
does not take much, especially when you get a couple bourbons in you.
Dude, it's mid-afternoon and I'm watching my kids.
That's the perfect time for a bourbon.
You clearly are just a dog dad at this point in your life.
Back on track.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I have not done that today. Today. All right.
There's still time. James Karinchak was optioned to AAA. We talked about how Karinchak in Class A were one of the best 1-2 punches.
We also said Karinchak had been grinding a little bit.
We did.
We said when Karinchak is on, they are a good 1-2 punch.
But Karinchak is not. Look, he's not been as good as he has been in the 2 years prior to this.
Okay.
But he's been far from terrible.
I wonder what his service time looks like.
Right now, this is his fourth, 3.5, like his third full season. I think it looks like it's 20. Does 2020 count as a full season? It can't, right?
Service time? Yes, it would, I believe.
That's kind of
I think it's kind of a cheat code for some guys going into ARB.
Because 2019, he only appeared in 5 games. That's not
so
baseball season.
Well, he should be going to arbitration this offseason then if it's his third full season.
Yeah, I mean, I could look that up too, but
I think he would be going to arbitration this offseason.
so a 3.90 ERA, that's not good. Strikeout
It's not
per
bad
9
either.
12
It's not bad.
12.4 strikeout per 9. That's good.
I don't think a 3.9 is bad.
It's not bad. Solid.
In today's game,
Yeah.
not many guys are sub 2 anymore.
Sure. I don't think it's worth an option to the minors,
Well,
which is what he got.
it depends. Well, we don't. Maybe there's something behind closed doors. Maybe there's something in the clubhouse. Maybe there was a disagreement. I'm not saying there was, but maybe there was.
Arm fatigue.
Something.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a team trying to win their division because they're not. No one from that division's probably going to win a wild card spot.
Who does win the Central? The Twins are probably the best team.
I think the Guardians. I like the Guardians. I think their offense needs help, but I think they just pitch their ass off and they play good defense.
You got to witness Jose Ramirez just go off, didn't you?
Yeah, and he was cold as ice coming into that too.
He went off against Boston.
Like his previous 15 games, he was hitting 200 with no homers and 5 RBIs. And then first couple games was just okay. I think he had a 1-for-4 with a double off the wall. And then the next day went ham Porter. Ham. I was like, if he gets 5 at bats, he might hit 5 homers. That's what it felt like. Because his first 3 at bats were who was he facing? I don't even remember who he was facing.
Is it
but he hit 2 Huh?
Is it Paxton?
That's what I don't remember.
Brian Bale, maybe?
No, it's gonna drive me nuts now. Anyways, pretty sure he went. Yeah, he hit 2 homers from the right side. So it was a lefty, yeah. So it was, yeah. It could have been. You got me thinking now.
Or actually, no, it
been...
wasn't. It wasn't Paxton. It was a lefty that I have never heard of, and he's made 6 starts for the Red Sox this year. I don't even know his name. I'll look it up.
6 starts.
So I saw his line on the bottom, and I literally said out loud, I said, "Who the f is that guy?"
No, it was Dermody.
Yes. Never heard of the dude.
No, that was his first start with the Red Sox in the big leagues. He just got called up that day.
Okay.
And now he's DFA'd.
Matt Dermody. That's right.
Matt Dermody.
And he's a lefty.
I was blanking because I just totally I was in the booth for that game, and I'm just like, why can't I remember this? Yeah, so he hit 2 homers from the right side and then flopped over to the left side and hit another one. It was sick. It was sick. It's that's the thing with elite players, and we saw it with Rafael Devers yesterday. Struggle. Boom, 2 homer game. Boom, 3 homer game. Just elite players just snap out of it and they're back. It's pretty sick. I haven't seen what J Ram has done since that game, but sure as shit looked like he was back.
He's just a great player all around.
Yeah, let's talk about another team. Arizona Diamondbacks. What's their division lead right now? Yesterday it was 3.5.
3. They're 41-26.
3 games over the Dodgers, huh? I thought this team, we both thought this team would be decent.
Better, for sure.
Better. But that was maybe fighting for a wild card spot. The last wild card spot would be a win. I still think it would be a win. From 2 years ago, they lost 110 games. Right? Wasn't it 2 years ago?
Somebody asked me. I went on a radio show a couple days ago. Yeah, I could pull
2 years ago. Yeah, I had to think about it. Yeah, 2 years ago.
52 and 110.
They're one of 5 teams with 40 wins.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Somebody asked me on a radio show. They said, "Who's the Diamondbacks manager?" And I said, "Trust me, Middlebrooks reminds me who the Diamondbacks manager is every single episode. It's Troy Lavello, and Middlebrooks
I love him. Love him. But Corbin Carroll's obviously a beast. He's one of the most electric human beings on earth right now.
He's so small, yet he has so much pop.
Dude, he's just the combo of speed and power. You don't see that very much. Are we looking at a 30-30 guy?
He's batting .313 with a .998 OPS, 14 bombs, 19 swipes.
Yeah. Are we looking at a 30-30 guy?
Why not? Every year.
The bags aren't an issue. It's the homers.
In Arizona, though. In Arizona, that ball flies.
Oh, I get it. I mean, in that division, there's a great places to hit.
Colorado, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, LA too. You play a day game in LA, you might as well be playing on the moon. But I mean, it's another team. Like I feel like they're pretty top heavy with their rotation. Gallen and Kelly.
Agreed.
I feel like
Yeah.
they could add a starter. I mean, they're running Zach Davies out there. A couple of young guys that you haven't heard of,
like Ryan Nelson, Tommy Henry.
Yeah, and I think the back end of their bullpen was decent too, but there was like kind of all the in between guys. Like there were like Chafin and Castro. Those guys look good.
Yeah.
But they kind of like same with their last 2 or 3 in their rotation weren't great, and then their middle relief wasn't great. They didn't really have the in between guys. So I think that if they make a move here and there, I don't know. But yeah,
I think one thing we can both agree on is there are a lot of teams who are going to be in the market for starting pitching come trade deadline time. A lot.
Yeah, a lot. Contenders. A lot of teams that are, and that's something that I love about the new playoff structure too, with 6 teams making the playoffs from both leagues. You add extra playoff teams, that means there's way more action at the trade deadline because there's way more teams in the mix to make a playoff spot.
It really begs my next question of pitchers that are going to be free agents this upcoming offseason, which would ultimately, you would think, make them potential trade candidates.
Yeah, rentals.
Matthew Boyd, Mike Clevenger, Alex Cobb, but San Francisco's playing some pretty good ball
is Eduardo Rodriguez still hurt? I know he had like a finger or something. Because he was throwing the ball well. He was pitching well, but then I think he like strained his index finger or some tendon or something. I don't remember.
He is, as of a week ago, according to the Detroit Free Press, he is now cleared for catch.
Okay, so he is hurt. So he probably won't end up being dealt unless he's back relatively soon and can make 3 starts and show that he's healthy.
It sounds like he's coming back pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then he could be a guy.
Yeah, he could be a guy. Flaherty for the Cardinals, Jordan Montgomery for the Cardinals.
Dude, Montgomery looked good today. I watched most of his start.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of at this point thinking like
Zach Greinke.
Yeah. I mean,
he leads the Royals in WAR.
I mean, are the Red Sox selling? Are the Red Sox going to trade James Paxton? We never want to say like they're going to sell, but like,
yeah,
they are the epitome of mediocre right now. Like pretty much, I mean, they're under 500 now, but a couple days ago they were 33-33. They had scored 323 runs and given up 323 runs. They had obviously a 0, do the math, 0 run differential. So they were literally just as average gets, and that doesn't win in the big leagues. So at what point do you keep saying, well, we're going for it? We're probably not going to get there, but
I think right after the All-Star break is where you really start to assess.
Well, yeah, it's 2 weeks before the deadline.
Yeah. So if they were in the Central, they'd be 2 games back, the Red Sox.
But they're not. So it doesn't matter. They'll still be sitting on their couch come October.
Yeah. I mean, wild card right now, and again, things could change. They're 5.5 back.
James Paxton he has thrown the ball exceptionally. He's hit 99. He's sitting at like 96, 97.
Mm-hmm.
His off speed's good. He's healthy. He had a full 1.5 years off.
Yeah.
He's making $4 million this year. That's it.
Yeah.
Like that is an easy move,
I could see him wearing an Angels jersey.
Mm.
You know who I love? Have you seen Zach Neto's swing? Shortstop for the Angels.
I actually don't like his swing. I don't love his leg kick.
Too big. It
just looks like a slow pitch softball swing. But what I am impressed with is no one's tried to change him.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite part is no one from the Angels was like, nope, can't do it. It's unorthodox. It's not going to work. They're like, he's hit like this his whole life. Like, let's see if it translates. And it has been.
It's reminiscent to Bo Bichette, the leg kick.
Yeah, but it feels out of control. Drop. It looks out of control. Bo's looks controlled.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed. He, Neto's a little
Bo's
bit
is like, it's like tighter. It's like a
Yes.
tighter controlled movement. Neto's is like he's playing church league softball. Like Brenda's playing third base. Little Johnny's at first. Pastor John's in center. Right? And he's just like, I'm about to hit this into the cow pasture back there behind center field.
And he does.
That's what it looks like, right? It looks like slow pitch softball. And then he's just spraying rockets everywhere. It's fun to watch. He's been picking it at short, too. Did you see that ball 94 he threw across the infield to save the game the other night?
Missed it.
He had a rocket head on like short hopper. He bobbled it, picked it up barehanded, and threw it 94.5 miles an hour across it. I think Taylor Ward, who was playing first, they had to move someone over there because they had like Drury got thrown out of the game. They were out of bench players, so they had, I think Taylor Ward, they had to move to first base. Mystic pick. You have to look it up. It's pretty cool.
He's playing college baseball a year ago. Zach Neto was.
That was last year?
1 year ago. He's drafted 1 year ago. And now he's batting. Now he's got.
I thought it was two. I thought
last
it was
year. Last year, Neto was in college. Pretty cool.
All right.
Speaking of electric shortstops, what are your first impressions of Mr. Elly De La Cruz and the Cincinnati Reds?
My God, this guy. It's been what, like 8 games? So I'm trying not to get like overly excited with this guy. But at this present moment, he is the most exciting player to watch. At this present moment. Right now. I'm buying a ticket to go watch him play.
Oh, agreed. Reds
you know
fans
what I mean?
are. The attendance for the Reds since they brought up De La Cruz, like it's like doubled.
Well, they're getting way more national publicity and talk now too. He's the fastest man in the world, he says. You see that?
He is in the league. Sprint speed.
He's 30.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
30. He hit 30
because Bobby Witt was 30.4.
He actually got over 31. Hold on.
That's cooking. Well, I
Elly
just like
Cruz, okay. What they have him listed at is 30.6.
Oh, that went up.
But they.
How do they? Is that an average or is that like?
I don't know, man. Because they said when he was doing his when he was when he hit that triple, they said his sprint speed was up over 31.
Probably like between.
Or it was the ground out the first base that he beat out for a single against the Cardinals.
Ground out. He beat Wainwright over there.
One of those plays, they had him at over 31 feet.
I know. I saw it. I definitely saw a replay that had him at over 31. So I don't know if that is like a max. That's clearly not a max. That must be. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's got to be an average.
Either way, it's ridiculous.
He's
fast.
Yeah.
He's fast.
Well, either way, he can do that, and then he can hit the ball 480 feet.
Yeah.
I do want to say, like, tip of the cap to the Cincinnati Reds front office for saying, hey, we got a pretty good thing going here. We got a lot of players that look really good. We're playing. They're still a little under 500, but like in the grand scheme of things, they're playing good ball for their expectations. I think my expectations for Cincinnati. I think they're like 3 or 4 games under 500, but they're only like 3 games out of a playoff spot.
That division is wide open. There's a window.
Yeah, there's always a window in that division.
I mean, the Reds are right there.
They're third, I think.
Yeah, they're 33 and 35, 2.5 games back of Pittsburgh.
Oh, they're only 2 under 500 now.
I mean, right now you have Pittsburgh 3 games over 500 in first.
Oh no, I'm with you.
And then Milwaukee just got swept by Oakland.
Oh, we got over 90 games left too. So it's like
I know. Milwaukee got swept at home by Oakland.
By Oakland. Well, Oakland's beating everybody right now. They're beating Tampa,
the best team in baseball,
which makes no sense. But back to my point, tip the old cap to the Cincinnati front office because I think they realize like, hey, this could spark us even more and like get us going. So that kind of shit is contagious. You bring a guy up like that with he's just swagging out, getting attention. Everybody kind of feeds off of that energy, man. So that's good call by Cincinnati bringing him up. He's only 21.
Yeah.
Insane.
He runs like a freaking gazelle, man. He's so smooth. Yeah, he's fun to watch. I just like that the fans have something to go to the ballpark for now.
Yeah.
You could go watch Hunter Green.
Hunter Green just came back. He missed a couple starts, didn't he? He was back on Sunday. He came back on Sunday.
He might have missed 1, but he's got 13 on the year.
Yeah, he missed 1. That's what it was. He skipped 1.
Nick Lodolo, I know he's injured right now. But
I like, was it Matt McLean?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, no, they have a kid named McLean. I saw him play at Fenway, and I'm like, ooh, I like this kid. I think he's young.
Pitcher?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Matt McLean. I'm sorry. I was looking at the pictures.
What's his numbers look like?
322 batting
There
average.
you go.
867 OPS, 2 ding dongs, 10 ribs.
Yeah, I saw him play at Fenway, and I was like, damn, this kid's good. I think he had just come up. He was a newbie.
They got new guys coming too. Like they got Noelvi Marte from Seattle last year in that trade for Luis Castillo. They have more coming.
They should. That's the beauty of these teams who have been rebuilding and they've stunk for 5 or 6 years or longer.
Yeah.
Joey Votto's coming back too. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna get from Joey Votto, but who knows? He can still get hot.
Once you get rid of his contract, though, things start to open up.
It's the last year, right?
It's got to be. It's got to be at this point. Gosh.
Yeah. What do you got on the Pirates?
I was going to talk about my fighting fish.
We can talk about either. Or just quickly then, Pirates. Like, did you think it?
Not without O'Neal Cruz, no.
June 14th, right? No O'Neal Cruz. He breaks his leg, and now June 14th, they're winning the division.
Yeah. They hit a little bit of the skids in May, and everybody thought that the wheels were going to fall off.
Well, sick April, right? And everyone's like, oh, sick, cool, hot start. May comes around, and they're like, okay, told you. Yeah, they're back to who they are, and now they're hot again. But, I mean, this is what you got to take advantage of teams like St. Louis stinking. The Cubs continuing to struggle. Milwaukee now struggling. Like you said, they get swept by the A's. So starting, I think it started yesterday. Yesterday through the 21st, they have 9 straight divisional games against the Cubs and the Brewers. Cubs, Brewers, and then Cubs again. And the first 6 of those are on the road. So this is a good chance for them to kind of put a little bit of space, like take advantage of some things right now. So that's kind of big for them, but they're fun. The division is fun. I didn't think I would say that this year. I enjoy watching a couple of those teams.
Yeah. In the last 30 years, the Pittsburgh Pirates have made the playoffs 3 times. All 3 of those years, what is the common denominator? Andrew McCutcheon part of that team all 3 years.
You didn't even give me a chance to answer it.
It was rhetorical. I know you know the answer.
You can't put a question mark.
Nope. It's rhetorical.
On the teleprompter. I will read it.
Nope. Brian Hayes, by the way, is starting to lift the ball. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, dude, his exit velo's been top of the league. He just has one of the worst launch angles in the league.
He also hits the ball the opposite field as much as anybody in the league, which I'm not.
He does. He just like swings down, right?
Like we talked about
him a
that.
Little more level. You don't want to change his swing too much because he is hitting the ball hard, but those singles and ground outs turn into doubles and homers. Now you're looking at like elite talent with a guy who's a Gold Glover. Like, he has some of the best defensive metrics in baseball at third base.
Oh, he's arguably the best defensive third baseman in baseball at this point because Arenado's a little bit older.
Metric-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing Arenado, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what's funny is that Brian Reynolds is having a very solid season, 820 OPS, 280 batting average, but he like hasn't gone yard since he got his extension. I think he's hit 1, maybe 2 tops.
He went. Wait, no, he did because he hit a homer at Fenway early in the year. It was like the first series of the year, I think, actually.
No, that's what I'm saying. He went.
Wait, when did he get his extension? Hold on. When did he get his extension?
End of April.
I thought he got it before that.
Let's see what Wikipedia says.
Maybe it's like mid-April.
Signed No, I'm sorry. Started the season, reached an 8-year contract on April 25th, 2023.
Okay. So, yeah. And he was at Fenway in early April. So, okay. I'm about to say, because in early April, he was crushing the Sox.
Yes. He's crushing everybody.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much. Like he's still getting on. He's still having a strong season. I don't want to.
I wouldn't say that correlates. I know everyone's would be like, "Oh, he's just on cruise control. He got his money." Dude, these guys still want to ball out. They still want to put up numbers. It's not they're just.
So he hit 5 homers before his extension. He's hit 2 since.
That'd be all right. He's good.
He's good. He's a good player.
I don't think this has anything to do with him signing his contract.
No, come on now.
I know, but a lot of people that don't understand the game would say like he's just cruising, right?
Casuals. All right. Final team I want to discuss. My fighting fish. My fighting fish, baby.
Dude.
Brian De La Cruz, breakout player. He was on my list. And what's he doing this year? How about a 285 batting average, 784 OPS, 8 homers? And by the way, they've been doing this without your cover of the MLB The Show 23 Jazz Chisholm because he's been injured.
He should have been on the cover anyway.
Probably not. Jorge Soler having an absolute monster of a season. If the aliens were going to take over the planet Earth and we needed one player to hit a baseball further, we had to hit the farthest baseball that we could. I think Jorge Soler would be at near the top of my list. Him and Giancarlo Stanton.
Ooh. I would have never even put Soler like in my top 5. I don't know if
you're thinking about it.
Damn. I mean, you got to put Judge in there.
Yes.
Okay, you got me thinking now.
Pete Alonso.
I don't know if I put him in for like the longest. I think if you needed someone to hit the most in like a 5-minute span, he could do it.
I think Cespedes would still make the cut.
You remember so I got to watch Shohei hit BP in person.
Oh, Ohtani's got to be in there.
Dude, Ohtani was flicking balls like 470 in his second round of BP. It wasn't like his 5th or 6th round where he's like letting it eat. He was like working on staying in the middle of the field. And he was, the green berm up in center field in Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
And like at the very top, there's like a row of flowers. And then on the right side of that, there's more bleachers. He was one hopping them into those bleachers, like his second row of BP. I have to send you the video. I have a video of it. I like standing there like a fan. But there were guys coming out from the Sox that were like, so Shohei never takes BP on the field. He only does it when he was struggling. He was grinding at the plate. And I saw him come out and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna go stand by the dugout and watch this. Sick. So Shohei's on that list. Yeah. Joey Gallo is 100% on that list.
Yes. Agreed. Matt Olson?
No, he's too relaxed. I need someone with a little more fast twitch.
Some torque. You need torque.
Yeah, he's like game power. Judge, Stanton, Ohtani, Gallo.
Let me go to the home run leaders. That should give us a good reference here.
No. Go to longest.
Christian Walker.
Nah, I'm not.
He's got torque, man. 5. He's got torque.
He does have torque. I'm just not putting him in my top 5 for if
Max Muncy. No, Schwarber.
Ooh. He might be right around
Yordan Alvarez.
Oh, poor guy. What do you have? An oblique? What do you have? He's hurt.
Something like that. Yeah, he's injured.
Sucks. Damn.
Acuna.
Acuna's like right around the 5-6 spot. Yeah. I got a lot of like 5-6 holers, but I'm gonna have to go. I think furthest. It's a fight between Judge, Shohei, and Joey Gallo on who can hit the furthest home run. Because I've seen all 3 of those in person, like hitting balls into orbit. I kind of lean Joey Gallo, but I think I would lean Shohei number 1.
Okay. I will go, just off the top of my head, I will go Shohei, Yoenis Cespedes, even at this age.
Okay, Barry Bonds.
He's like 55 years old now, though. Cespedes is still 36.
Nah.
Okay, fine. Active players. I will go.
We'll go active.
Ohtani, Giancarlo Stanton, Jorge Soler in that order. 3-2-1. 3-2-1.
That's fine. You Soler at number 1.
Soler's at number 1.
You're just doubling down.
I love my fighting fish, baby. I love my
dude.
Fighting fish.
Such a loser. All right. Whatever. That was fun. That was a good pod. I like that. That was good stuff.
Go take care.
I like when the random shit just flows like that.
Did you hear your kids just like come out of their rope and duct tape?
I did hear something. I think they're building something.
Appreciate y'all joining us. We'll talk again soon. Wake and Rake Podcast. Peace, people.